Hi everyone, this is Kevin here, coming at you with my hands-on and first impressions video of the Samsung Galaxy A01. So let's get started. So this is the Samsung Galaxy A01. I know that many of you have been asking me to cover this device here on the channel, and here it is. Now, this phone is interesting because it is, of course, a new 2020 budget phone from Samsung, but it doesn't really have a 2019 predecessor. We had last year the A10, the A10e, and the A10s, which were pretty much the bottom level of the A series from Samsung, but this device technically slots even one step lower. In addition to that, I'm not sure what the official pricing is going to be. I did pay quite a bit more than I probably should have on Amazon, but I think over time the price will continue to go down. To be honest, based on the specifications of the phone, I feel like it's really only worth about 120 bucks. So certainly take a look at the link in the video description to see the current and most up-to-date pricing for the phone. I'm pretty sure as more and more sellers on Amazon offer the device, the price will continue to go down, which of course is great for all of us. Now this is the international GSM unlocked variant of the phone, so if you're with AT&T or T-Mobile in the US, then this will work very well for you. But here is the box that the phone does come in. We have a picture of the phone, of course, in the front, and this is the red color of the device. Now you can buy it in a variety of other colors as well, so again, to learn more about that, take a look at the link in the video description. But I did already set up the phone for the sake of saving time, but I did put everything back in the box to the way it was before. So let's see what all we get. So first thing we get in the box is this packet here. So we'll open this up and see what all is inside. So we don't get much in there. We just get a warranty card and then 2 different quick start guides in different languages. So not bad. And then we have the actual phone itself. Just gonna put that off to the side for a second here as we see what else we get. There is a US wall adapter from Samsung, so pretty nice there. Just a standard USB wall adapter. We have a micro USB cable for charging and data transfer, so I know that's a bit unfortunate. This phone does have micro USB, but at this price range it is kind of expected. We also have a SIM card removal tool in the box, and then it looks like we also have some basic Samsung 3.5mm headphones. So that's a nice little bonus to see included here in the box. So here is the Samsung Galaxy A01 itself. So I did put my Cricket SIM card in the device and it runs very well. So that's excellent. So if you are a Cricket customer, and by the way, if you don't know already, Cricket is based off of AT&T, then you're gonna have a very good experience with using this phone. So take a look at the display here. We get a 5.7-inch display, which is actually a PLS LCD display. So PLS technology is something that is apparently a bit proprietary to Samsung, but it is similar to IPS. Now the display itself is 720p. We're getting a PPI of 301. We're getting an aspect ratio of 19:9, and we're getting a screen to body ratio of 75.1%. So not quite as good as what we've seen with other 2020 A series phones from Samsung, such as the A51 and A71. This design certainly looks a little bit older, kind of reminds me of Samsung's A series from 2019 with the water drop notch and then a little bit of a thicker bezel on the bottom. But again, you have to remember, this is a very low-end phone from Samsung, pretty much their lowest end phone at the moment that they're promoting in the A series. So due to that, I don't really have expectations to get the most groundbreaking designs here. Now up top, in that water drop notch, we get a 5-megapixel front-facing camera. Now the phone features 16 gigabytes of internal storage with SD card expansion. There is no wireless charging with the Galaxy A01, and there's also no fingerprint sensor. Now thankfully the phone does have Face Unlock, and that's what I've been using, and that works very well in fact. So it's not the most secure Face Unlock ever, of course. Like for example, Apple's Face ID uses completely different technology from the Face Unlock with the Galaxy A01, but it is better than nothing. Of course, I would have liked to see a fingerprint sensor on the phone, as I'm a big fan of having that, but at the very least, it is good to see though we do have Face Unlock. Now on the back side of the phone, we have a 13 megapixel main camera and a 5 megapixel depth sensing camera. Now you do get portrait mode with both the front and rear cameras, which is pretty awesome. Now internally with the phone, we're getting 2 gigabytes of RAM paired up with the Qualcomm Snapdragon 439 processor. So the 439 is an older 400 series processor from Samsung, and it's certainly not a very high performing processor either. But I did run an Antutu benchmark test, and the scores are kind of interesting. So I'll pull that up right now. And I got an overall score of 93841. So that's not the worst score I've ever gotten. Definitely for a phone that's around $100, this is a score that you would expect to get. But of course, the performance of this device is going to be a lot different and a lot slower from flagship phones, of course, like the Galaxy S10 and S20, and even phones like the Galaxy A51 and Galaxy A71 are going to be dramatically faster than the Galaxy A01. Now, video recording with the Galaxy A01 caps out at 1080p, and we're getting a 3000 milliamp hour internal battery with the phone. Now, as far as the software goes, with the Samsung Galaxy A01, we are getting Android 10 with One UI 2.0, which is the latest and greatest version of Samsung's Android overlay. So you are getting a lot of different features that you'd expect to get with One UI 2.0. Now stay tuned for my dedicated tips and tricks video, as I will show you a bunch of different features related to the software that I think really will help you get the most out of this device. But overall, it is nice to see though that you are getting a very new version of Android with the phone. Now taking a look at the left side of the device, we have just the volume button, and then on the right side we have the power button, and then we have the slot for the microSD card and dual SIMs. So this phone is dual SIM compatible, so if you do have 2 active SIM cards, whether that's a work SIM and a personal SIM, or maybe you just have 2 SIMs for whatever reason, you can put them both in the phone, and you can also put a microSD card in the device as well. Now taking a look at the top of the device, we have the 3.5mm headphone jack, and then on the bottom of the phone, we have the microphone and we have the micro USB port. Then taking a look at the back side of the phone, and by the way, I'm a big fan of this red color. I like how the material is not a fingerprint magnet, which is excellent. But we do have the camera module, Samsung logo, and then the rear firing speaker. As far as my first impressions go with the Galaxy A01, it definitely looks like a decent lower end device from Samsung. Now, I'm not sure if it's completely worth it. I'm definitely gonna have to use the device a lot more, and of course, I'll give you my final analysis in my full review video. But this sector of the lower $100 tier of pricing is very competitive, and there are other phones out there, such as the new Mobile X6, for example, that offer different features such as a fingerprint sensor and more storage and RAM for about the same or a lower price. So really, if you were to buy this phone, and again, I don't know what the final retail price is going to be for it. I understand that prices are a little bit inflated at the moment due to the phone just being launched. But again, stay tuned for my various comparison videos. I think you'll find those to be very interesting. And those videos should really help you decide whether or not you should get the Galaxy A01. Another phone that you might want to consider that is very similar to this device as well is the Moto E6. Now that phone is currently retailing on Amazon brand new for just $99, and that device does work with all 4 major US carriers, including Sprint and Verizon. So I will be doing a comparison to that phone as well, in addition to the new Mobile X6. So definitely a lot of great content coming soon on the channel regarding the Samsung Galaxy A01. But I hope you enjoyed this quick hands-on and first impressions video of the Samsung Galaxy A01. But this is Kevin here. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, and I will see you in the next video.